Hello, everyone, and welcome to Podcast Learn Smartly, the podcast where we help you master the English language one episode at a time. I'm your host, Emma, and today we have a fantastic episode lined up for you. We're going to talk about daily routines, a topic that is both practical and essential for anyone learning English. Joining me today is our special guest, Sarah, an experienced English teacher. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, Emma. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and share some tips on daily routines.
Great to have you, Sarah. So let's start with the basics. Why is it important to talk about daily routines when learning English?
Daily routines are a big part of our lives, and being able to talk about them helps learners practice common vocabulary and phrases. It also helps them feel more comfortable in everyday conversations.
Absolutely. Let's dive into some common daily routine activities and the vocabulary associated with them. Let's start with the morning. Sarah, what are some typical activities people do in the morning?
In the morning, people usually wake up, brush their teeth, take a shower, get dressed, and have breakfast. These are great activities to practice using verbs and time expressions.
Exactly. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m., or she has breakfast at 8 a.m. Now, let's move on to the afternoon. What are some activities people might do?
In the afternoon, people might go to work or school, have lunch, attend meetings, or run errands. It's a good time to practice phrases like, I go to work at 9 a.m., or he has lunch at 1 p.m.
Perfect. And how about the evening?
In the evening, people often relax, have dinner, watch TV, read a book, or spend time with family. You can use sentences like, we have dinner at 7 p.m., or she watches TV at 8 p.m.
Now, let's have a little fun with our listeners. We'll describe a daily routine, and you try to guess the activity. Ready?
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
First one. I do this every morning to clean my teeth and freshen my breath. What is it?
That's brushing your teeth.
Correct. Next one. I do this to prepare food for the first meal of the day. Any guesses?
That's making breakfast.
Exactly. Last one. I do this to relax and enjoy a good story before bed. What could it be?
That's reading a book.
Well done. And how did our listeners do? We hope you got them right. Before we wrap up, Sarah, do you have any tips for our listeners on how to talk about their daily routines in English?
Absolutely. One tip is to keep a journal of your daily activities and write about them in English. This helps you practice using the vocabulary and grammar in context. Also, try to speak about your routine with a friend or language partner.
Great advice. And remember, practice makes perfect. That's all for today's episode of Podcast Learn Smartly. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah.
My pleasure, Emma. Thanks for having me.
And thank you to our listeners. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. Until next time, keep practicing and unlocking your English potential. See you!